Hello and welcome back to Getting Started with BGFX. So in this video what we'll do is we'll get BGFX initialized and we will clear the window with a clear color. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Right, so I'll open our project. Now the first thing to do is we need to include the BGFX header. So at the top we'll go include BGFX/BGFX.h. Now to initialize BGFX is very simple. We'll do it after we've created our window. So we go BGFX init. So this is our initialization structure. Then we go init.resolution.width equals screen width. And then we'll do the same thing for the height. Init.resolution.height equals screen height. So this will initialize the width and the height of the back buffer. BGFX has a default back buffer that everything gets drawn into if we don't supply our own frame buffer. Next we need to give it the native window handle that is specific to the operating system. Fortunately, SDL has a handy function that we can use to get the handle no matter what operating system we are using. So we go init.platformdata.nwh equals SDL underscore get pointer property, open bracket, SDL underscore get window properties, open bracket, then we supply our window, then SDL underscore prop underscore window underscore win 32 HWD pointer, and then default value of null pointer. Okay, now that that's done, we can initialize BGFX. So if we go if open bracket BGFX init open bracket, pass it in the initialization structure. Now if it returns false, that means there is an error. So we'll print could not initialize BGFX, and we'll return 1. And I just noticed this, we'll return 1 up here as well because we couldn't initialize SDL, so we need to break away from the program. Alright, so if we give this a run now and see if we get any error messages. And no error messages. So that means BGFX has been initialized properly in the background and it's just waiting for us to do something. Now what we're going to do is we are going to apply the clear color, but first we have to set the view rect so we can see it. So we'll do it after the SDL events. So we'll go BGFX set view rect, open bracket, give it a view ID of 0, and then we give it the X and Y coordinates of the top left corner of the rectangle that we want to see. So we want to see everything, which is X and Y of 0 and 0. So we'll start at the very top left of our window, and then we tell it the width and height of what we want to see. We want to see everything, so we'll give it screen width and then screen height, close brackets, semicolon. So what is a view? Well, views are a way of organizing draw calls. Now when you submit a draw call to be rendered inside BGFX, you have to supply a view ID, and then when BGFX comes to render everything, it starts off at view 0, executes all the draw calls with a view ID of 0, then goes to view 1, executes all the draw calls with a view ID of 1, then goes to view 2, and then view 3, and so on, all the way up to 255, which is the maximum. Where this is useful is if you want to do something like post-processing, you submit all the draw calls to render your scene with view 0 and then do the post-processing in view 1. So when BGFX comes to render everything, it will execute everything in view 0 first and then go to view 1 and then execute the draw calls to do the post-processing. In our example, we will do the 3D rendering in view 0, the 2D rendering in view 2, the post-processing in view 3, and then we'll do IMGUI in view 255. That's to ensure that the IMGUI gets rendered on top of everything. Alright, next we set the view clear color. So underneath this we go BGFX : set view clear, open bracket, give it a view ID of 0, BGFX _clear _color. Now we're going to give it a nice cyan color, so that is 0x00 FF close brackets semicolon. So this is our view color. The first two hexadecimal characters, that gives us the red. The next two is the green. The next two are the blue, and the last two is the alpha channel, which controls the transparency of our pixels. Now finally, after that, we tell BGFX to render everything, so we go BGFX : frame, open and close brackets, and at the end of everything we want to close the program, we have to shut down BGFX, so we go BGFX shutdown, open and close brackets. Alright, so if we run that now, and it's still black. There is a very good reason for that, and that is because if we don't render anything, then BGFX won't do anything, even clear the window for us. We have to give it a dummy draw call. So we go to, after the view clear, we go BGFX : touch, open bracket, and give it a view ID of 0. That got me the first time as well. Took a bit to find out what really happened, but if you don't do any rendering, you must do this. So when we get to do our rendering class, this will be part of the reset, just in case that we don't render anything. So now if we run it, and we get a nice cyan color. That's it for this video. So in the next video we'll be creating an index buffer, which is one of the 3 key components you need to draw something to the screen. The other ones being the vertex buffer and a shader. So we'll look at what an index buffer is, why you need it, and how you create one inside BGFX. So I'll see you in the next video.